Hi and hello to my subscribers and viewers. Due to my personal reason, I cannot able to upload videos continuously. First of all, I want to say sorry for that. So now welcome to my channel of Easy Embryology Cross Anatomy. Today in this video, we are going to see the development of heart. Now, during the development of the head fold, a two paramedian endothelial tube develops. So this becomes the endothelial tube of the heart, which lie ventral to the foregut, and this project into the dorsal wall of the pericardial sac, and it is covered by myoepicardial mantle. Initially, this mantle is separated from the endothelial tube by a jelly-like material called cardiac jelly. So now these two endothelial tube get into fuse and forms a single tube that becomes the primitive heart. So now the primitive heart has cranial end and caudal end. So this cranial end and forms a first aortic arch. So this aortic arch passes on either side of the pharynx, and subsequently it is going continuous with the corresponding dorsal aorta. And then immediately a five more pair of aortic arch develops and connects the cranial end of the primitive heart with the dorsal aorta. So this is about the cranial part of the primitive heart. The next one is caudal part of the primitive heart becomes the venous part. So this going to form the venous end of the primitive heart. Now coming to the caudal part of the primitive heart, that is the venous end of the primitive heart. So venous end is having right and left horn. So each horn receive vitelline vein from the yolk sac, umbilical vein from the placenta, and common cardinal vein from the body wall. So now coming to the myocardial mantle, it is going to replace as epicardium and myocardium. So that happens after the replacement of cardiac jelly. And now the endothelial tube is there, no? That is going to form endocardium of the heart. Thereafter, a longitudinal heart tube exhibit four constrictions. Now, the longitudinal primitive heart tube shows four constriction. So, this is the four constriction which produces five sacculated dilatation. So, the dilatation named from caudocranially as sinus venosus, primitive atrium, primitive ventricle, bulbus cordis, truncus arteriosus. First constriction appear between the bulbus cordis and primitive ventricle, and the last constriction which separates the bulbus cordis from the truncus arteriosus. As the development progression occurs, the sacculated heart cannot able to grow properly because it is a very smallest space. So due to that, the heart, the tubular heart, the longitudinal tube become bulges ventrally and caudally into the pericardial sac in a U-shaped manner. The cardiac loop is contributed mainly by the bulbus cordis and the ventricle, hence it is called bulboventricular loop. Now coming to the bulboventricular loop, the cephalic limb of the loop is occupied by bulbus cordis and truncus arteriosus. It is initially situated in the right side and somewhat cephalic to the primitive ventricle. Internally, a bulboventricular ridge is developed which separates the two chambers, but after it disappears and it becomes the bulboventricular cavity. Now coming to the caudal limb. Now coming to the caudal limb of the cardiac loop, it is mainly formed by the primitive atrium and the sinus venosus. The atrium now it goes posterior, it goes dorsal and slightly on the left side of common bulboventricular cavity. Now it is separated from the septum transversum. So now this atrial chamber, it grows transversely and lies between the pharynx and bulbus cordis. So because it is pressed by the pharynx and the bulbus cordis, this primitive atrium develops a transverse growth. So the sinus venosus occupies dorsal to the primitive atrium and is shifted cranially from the septum transversum. This is how understand about the introduction of development of heart. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe.